Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and/or evening. Yesterday I had this idea. I was kind of curious because I was noticing some of the masculine, in my world anyway, were struggling with their anger and their power. And anger and power come from the same, well, anger comes from the source of power. And sometimes when we've seen models of power that have been abusive, we become afraid of our own power. So I was witnessing some of the masculine, some of the men in my life, struggling with their, struggling with anger and power. Sometimes not even seeing their anger because anger and power are too close for them, and there was some fear about that. So I was noticing that, and I was like, I wonder if that's what's going on in the collective right now, in regard to healing. So I just want to see. This is gonna be a reading for the masculine, and then I will do one for the feminine, just to see, because we are healing some of the masculine and feminine wounds, and we are all one. There's really no gender in the spiritual realm anyway, but here on earth, gender can be really, really important to people. And so there are some wounds between the masculine and the feminine, and all of those polarities, yin and yang, the left brain and the right brain. There's some healing that needs to take place in order to unite them. So I wanted to just see where we're at in terms of that. I'm just curious about that. Okay, so this is for the masculine. What is happening in the masculine right now? What is the archetype that they're dealing with? Okay, a lot of cards wanted to come out, but you don't want that many. So let's see if we can just get a few. Okay. God, this is so funny. We did get this before. So benevolence, so the God archetype came out. I think this is my guess. Like, a lot of people don't believe in God. They believe in a body. I just actually did a reading in A Course in Miracles. I am not a body. I am free. It's acknowledging that we are spirit, and our spirit holds our body, or our body is like, our spirit's living in our body right now, but it's also surrounding our body. So anyway, people who believe that they are just a body sometimes think that they're God. We are God, but God is also spirit, so it's just really complicated. I don't want to try to explain it. Let's just see what the archetype we're working with. All right, so benevolence and compassion, recognizing the external force within yourself and others. Recognizing the eternal force. Wow, I said external. And that could be part of it, is that thinking that it's outside of us, it's actually in us. So recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So God is in you, but God is also in others. The shadow attributes are despotism and cruelty. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Using power to control people. That's all ego. That's very ego-based. And I do think that's what's happening in the masculine. They're struggling with that. Feeling like they have to know everything and be everything. That's a lot to hold. And you really can't. So no wonder you feel the way that you feel, like just like you want to have control. Oh, I just felt like the air was sucked out of the room. Okay, let's see if there are any other archetypes that we're working with. So God is everything, and I guess just like, I don't know the analogy of it, but God is everything. So you are God, but God is everything. So you're God, but you're also everything. Can you breathe now? Are there any other archetypes that the masculine is working with right now? And if you identify as masculine, then this is for you. It's whatever you, however you feel it. Because we all have masculine and feminine in us. But the world that we're living in has pretty defined roles for the masculine and the feminine. And because of that, we do have healing to do, because those roles are very limiting, and we have been hurt by them. So, okay, ooh, this is so funny. Heroine. So the hero, the light attribute is passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So I think that's where you want to aim. Passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And I was talking about power and how fear of power. And the shadow attribute is escapism and a false sense of heroism or heroism. Like thinking you have to do it all. And the other one is servant. Wow, that's really cool. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart, because men do like to be in service. I think a lot of men like to be in service, but they like to feel that love and appreciation coming back. And then shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. Wow. Okay, I'm probably going to get interrupted here, but we'll just try to keep going because my boyfriend just came home. Oh, where are my other cards? There they are. Okay. So now we're going to do some archetype cards to see how we can work with this energy. So we have God, hero, and servant. And hero and servant are like also kind of shadow sides. Everybody wants to be a hero. Not many people want to think of themselves as a servant, but that's the kind of what's playing out. That's what we're working with. You can be a hero in service of your loving heart and have passion on your journey for personal empowerment, sovereignty. Okay, so let's see what oops, one just jumped out at me. Ooh, the Queen of Swords, clarity. I'm putting it under God. We'll see what that says. Okay. And this is the Light Seers Tarot. I may divide up these readings, or I might do it all as one. Maybe I'll do it all as one, since I'm telling you, like, we all have masculine and feminine in us. Okay. Hi, Luna. Oh, give me your ball. It's okay. And I have my dog from my past marriage that I just got a divorce from here. He's male and he's a little dog. And I have my new dog who's female and a big dog here. So I think they're also playing out some male and female issues, but we'll see how that develops. Because I told you everything means something. Okay, what else? What can help us with these archetypes of God, hero and servant. Okay. Ooh, death and rebirth. Wow. Yes, I do think that these stereotypes of the masculine and the feminine need to die. And the hermit. We need to kind of go within and just become who we are without those labels, without those restrictions put on us. And I'm seeing it in marriages now too, where I'm seeing the old ideas of marriage and what's masculine and what's feminine dying away in order to recreate what's real and like with wholeness. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that because I think those are really good cards. So I want to see what the Queen of Swords, Death and Rebirth, and the Hermit. But I really think it's going, like, we're becoming clearer. I'm going to see a little bit about that, though. The Queen of Swords. A thought leader, unbiased decision-making, an excellent communicator, wise and logical counsel, integrity and honesty, being perceptive, intelligence, being direct, seeking truth. Okay, so it's the seeking truth that we're doing. And that's under God. So we're seeking the truth. And maybe your question is, are we alone here? Are we just a body? Or are we more? And so you're seeking the truth. You're looking. Especially because what's going on in the world is really crazy right now. So you're probably like, holy crap, this is ridiculous. This can't be real. What is real? Those might be the questions that you're asking. And then the Death and Rebirth is under the Hero card, which is the shadow is escapism and a false sense of heroism, thinking that you have to do it all by yourself, not recognizing that it's a journey of finding yourself and God in everything. And so the death is of your idea, of the ideas put upon us by this world. And then the rebirth is coming from within with the Hermit, looking inside ourselves to find out what is real. So really, I think that's it. So, but for the delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. But it's about serving others in a way that makes you happy. Because I have been in service to others, but the way that I was in service wasn't making me happy for a while. And then I started questioning it, and I started thinking a lot, but that wasn't getting me anywhere. I didn't get anywhere till I started feeling and just going down into my heart and going inside, and then my spirit just took over and just started doing what it wanted to do, and that's this. And so that's, I think, going to get us where we want to go. Who are you? And being on that journey to find out. And letting go of all these stereotypes and roles that are been put upon us that don't fit us or serve us anymore. So that, I think, is what's going on in the masculine. And something similar in the feminine, but we're going to do the feminine next. Okay, so we're clearing this. And unless we want to do a little affirmation, let me do a little affirmation, which is kind of like what I would do in family constellations. Actually, I'm going to have to do the feminine separately because my daughter's calling. Okay.